It's 6 a.m. at the Foxley stables near Geelong. These former racehorses are in training for their new lives competing in equestrian events.
Horses off the track, they initially can need an experienced rider. They're very athletic, powerful, intelligent animals.
It's a world away from the abattoir kill pens where so many other thoroughbreds end up. Sophie Fox's horse, Mr Pig, raced in Hong Kong for years and won more than $3 million. His new life is quite different.
They're so powerful cross-country, and for what we want to do, they're elegant on the flat for dressage, and they always try hard show jumping.
However, not all thoroughbreds are ending up in safe homes.
Is it possible for all of the thoroughbreds currently being bred in Australia to find homes that will look after them until they die?
We at Racing Victoria believe that there is a home for every healthy thoroughbred, and that's where our focus is at the moment.
If that's the case, then why hasn't that been the system that's been in place until now?
Well, one of the challenges we face is that we don't have the visibility of thoroughbreds post-racing.
Graphic video aired 2 weeks ago by 7:30 shocked many Australians, including Sophie Fox.
It was definitely hard to watch. It was definitely not something that I'd ever considered when a horse does go to the abattoirs.
It was a real shock to me, and it was a real shock to people across the racing industry as well as the broader community. But it has created a momentum and an opportunity for us to really make a difference now and invest and accelerate our programs.
Why does it take a scandal for this kind of action to be taken?
To get change and to get real progress is a complex matter. We've been trying to do that, and at times it's frustrating how slow change can be. The great opportunity that has arisen from the 7:30 report is that we can now galvanise that and get change through quicker.
Is vision like that evidence that Australia is breeding too many racehorses?
It certainly is showing a failure somewhere in the system, and there's no doubt about that. We currently breed 30% less horses than we did 10 years ago, so we're heading in the right direction.
The reality is thoroughbreds can be difficult horses to rehome. They're bred to be high-performance animals and as such can be skittish and temperamental. With time and patience, they can become excellent riding horses, but even then they're expensive to keep, especially when large parts of Australia are in drought.
And it's not just thoroughbreds that need new homes after racing. Standardbreds or trotters also need somewhere to go.
They've got a beautiful temperament, great work ethic, and they're just lovely horses to work with, very safe horses.
Melissa Bell has volunteered for 12 years running the Standardbred Association of Queensland's adoption program.
We discovered that there wasn't a lot of opportunities for standardbreds coming off the track, and a lot of them were finding themselves in slaughter yards. We've actually been rehoming around 80 to 130 a year, and we've almost hit 1,200 in the last 10 years that we've actually found pleasure homes for.
The association has been begging racing bodies for money for years. Melissa was shocked to recently learn that the Queensland Racing Integrity Commission funds a rehoming program for greyhounds, but not for horses.
I sort of questioned, does the racing industry need a scandal for something like this to happen?
Earlier this month, Melissa had to shut down her adoption service due to a lack of time and money.
We did actually have a lot of trainers and owners that have contacted me myself, just very upset, saying, what do we do? And there's really no answer. I can't, other than trying to rehome themselves.
Racing Queensland declined a request for an interview and did not respond to written questions from 7:30. The Queensland Racing Integrity Commission has told 7:30 it has just launched a grant program offering up to $10,000 to rehoming organisations. It also says that the challenge of rehoming horses is very different to rehoming greyhounds as pets. Back in Victoria, Jessica Schneider has turned retraining and rehoming former racehorses into a business. She has about 20 in training.
Our main aim is just finding what each of these horses is going to be good at and pursuing it really, and then finding down the track the right person who can nurture that and take them on in their second careers and go on from there, like Phil.
Kira, you need to go a little straighter on landing. Go straight and then turn. You're falling to the left.
She doesn't receive funding from Racing Victoria, despite being listed as one of its official retrainers.
At this stage, financial support isn't really existent as such. With the amount of money that the racing industry turns over each year, I do believe they could put a little more into their horse welfare and off-the-track programs.
It's no doubt that Racing Victoria will invest and will look to support these retrainers more broadly than we have done to date. I think we now want to accelerate that program and double down on it, and that will require more direct investment from us.
Racing Victoria has promised improved tracking of horses as part of a $25 million horse welfare program announced this week.
We lose sight of them whether they, after their first transition out of racing. This program is about getting that visibility. In the short term, about getting visibility around those within the off-the-track program. In the longer term, working with Racing Australia to get more broad visibility of horses right across the country.
For those passionate about finding better lives for former racehorses, it's the least the industry can do.
I like seeing people enjoy racing, but it would be nice for people to just have a little thought about, you know, this is great today, what happens with them tomorrow?
I think they could look into breeding and ensure that the horses they're breeding are going to be successful racehorses.
I think the industry owes these horses a life of dignity and respect. They've brought these horses into this world, they've raced these horses, and I believe if somebody's not willing to follow this through the whole hog, so from retirement onwards, they shouldn't have a horse to start with.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.